today we're looking at an actual oil well in West Texas. And, oil is used in a lot of different things. I mean, just think of your rubber that you have in tires, your plastic, makeup. Most every item has some sort of hydrocarbons that are used in order to manufacture. So oil is what runs our country and actually runs the world. This is how we extract it out of the ground after the well has been drilled. Then we go in, we perforate the well, we frack the well, we put it into production. And of course, these particular wells in this part of the country, they'll come in what we call 150 barrels of oil a day. A barrel of oil is actually 42 gallons of US gallons. And one barrel today sells for about $107 a barrel. These particular wells will come in, the cost of these wells are around $2.2 million a piece to drill. They're 9,000 feet. In any one well, there could be up to 10 separate pay zones, sort of like layers in a cake. And each one of these zones have the capability of generating oil and gas. The reason why investors want to invest in oil, especially if you're a U.S. citizen here in the United States, the federal government allows you to get tax advantages for investing because you as a partner are putting money at risk to develop these assets or to develop the oil and gas properties.
So Tom, one of the reasons I love investing in oil production, I don't invest in oil companies like Exxon or Chevron. I actually invest in oil fields. And one of the reasons I love oil is because of the tax breaks, right? So if I put $100,000 into an oil investment, what happens next?
What happens is you get such a big deduction the first year that it's like the government handing you a check for about $30,000.
So if I put $100,000 in, I get $30,000 back right there.
Immediately.
So that's like a 30% return day one. So that's really what most people do not understand, that the tax laws are really incentives for professional investors. Right?
That's exactly right. And this is true in most countries. While the tax laws vary, like oil and gas, in the U.S., anybody who invests in U.S. oil and gas, no matter where you live, gets that same tax benefit.
So let's say I put $100,000 in, and it's very easy to get a 10% cash return. So the $100,000 I put in, and every year I get $10,000 coming back in. What kind of tax do I pay on that $10,000 in cash flow?
Oh, that's the next great thing from a tax standpoint in the U.S. You only pay tax on about 80% of that income.
So we get a tax break because we're doing what the government wants us to do, which is to provide energy and fuel. And oil doesn't just go to gasoline, it goes to fertilizer, plastics, and a whole bunch of building materials. So a civilized country runs on energy. Without energy, civilization would crash. And that's why the government gives us
tax incentives.